Hey guys, your old buddy Stevo here. I think what I'm going to do today is, hang on a second. I was just in the kitchen starting a pot roast and in the pressure cooker. There's so much mung on my glasses from frying that thing, searing it off to start with. Ain't even funny. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do today is split this up and give you a little bit about this morning, and then I'll give you some about later on, about the rest of the day, I guess. Two things I would like to address. The first one is I keep saying that's about all I got, and then I talk for 5 more minutes. I can't think of anything else, and then I talk for 5 minutes. I'll let you guys go, and then I talk for 10 minutes. So I'm going to try, and I'll say so and but a lot. So I'm going to sow that but, and I'm going to try not to keep telling you that I'm about to leave when I'm not really. I was going to make myself like a big cue card down there, but I didn't do that yet. I will most likely do that, so maybe I can stay on point a little better. I'm going to, almost said so right there. See me fighting it? I've got to go at 1 o'clock to have this pre-operation thing done over at the hospital, and I don't know, just like I said before, it seems kind of silly to me. I've been poked and prodded every month for the last 6, 7 months, just with the weight stuff, and several times in between with other things for other doctors. And as previously stated, they could find me fine now, and then tomorrow get bit by a zombie, and by Monday morning I'll be eating somebody's brains. So I don't know. I'm going to play the silly game because it's the only one I got. It's the only game in town. I had a much better night last night. You may be able to tell from my voice and my actions here that I got to quit doing that. That's the other thing I found last night is when I was listening to the thing, I realized that while I was talking to you, I was sitting here on the couch, and I kept hearing the drumming, or I had an itch in my leg, and I kept scratching it without thinking about the fact that you guys could all hear that. So it was a mosquito bite, as if that's relevant. So, almost did it. Going through the day, I think what I may do is be giving serious thought to putting the tripod, the camera in the back seat or in the passenger seat in the car, and kind of film some of my comings and goings today. So you can, I mean, it's like anybody else's road trip to the hospital, with the possible exception of the fact that if I go the north route around town, I'll probably get where I'm going fairly quickly. If I go the other way, the south route around town, then I will have to drive past the North Carolina State Fair, which is going on this week, and probably be a lot of traffic. Of course, the flip side of that is I could turn the camera towards the fair, zoom in on stuff, and we'll be able to see what's going on at the North Carolina State Fairgrounds. I would love to go to the fair this year, but I ain't up to it. I'm hoping next year I will. I have not. I got thinking about this. I've not been to the fair here since 1981 was the last time I went to the North Carolina State Fair. So it's been a long time. What else? There was something else that I kept doing that I was going to tell you I wasn't going to do anymore, or something I was going to correct. I told you I should have had a card down there with something written on it. It's not really a card. It should be a piece of notebook paper. I don't know. I've lost track of it. I guess one thing is, and I need to say this, I was a little bit hungry when I got up this morning. Had a couple of cups of coffee, and it kind of staved it off. When I took Mrs. Stevo to work today, I grabbed one of those. I grabbed those 2 half bottles of Isotech I had and mixed them together. Sickeningly sweet. Blueberry and red apple mixed together was not better than one or the other, singly. Put about a tablespoon of real lime juice out of the little lime squeezy bottle in there. Couldn't even taste the lime, so I'm not sure what the hell I'm going to cut this stuff with, but my fear is that I'm not going to be able to, I'm worried I'm not going to be able to drink this super sweet stuff on a newly rebuilt stomach, because it just about makes me gag now. I'm not into stuff that's super sweet, so not my thing. As previously announced, first thing this morning, as soon as I got back from taking my better half to work, I put a chuck roast in the pressure cooker, just like I did the chicken stuff yesterday. The only difference is yesterday I took all the chicken meat off the bones, pitched the bones, and we will feed the chicken to the little dog. We do a homemade dog food thing here. Hey, it's Rusty the Wonder Dog. He does not need to eat store-bought dog food. I will not, repeat, be not giving him a 2-pound chuck roast to eat over some period of time. Hey, y'all be well. I'm your old buddy Steve-O here, and I'm out. Y'all be well the rest of the day till we see each other again. I'm betting that's too much of a close-up for most of you. Hang on. Probably the weirdest thing you saw today. Hey, your old buddy Steve-O. It's, well, I've done it again. I've walked away from the clock. Probably between 8:45 and 9 o'clock somewhere. Wednesday night, day 3 of the liquid diet thing. Not so much enjoying this. Didn't do too bad today. A lot of running around. Had the pre-op thing at the hospital. That was kind of interesting because they took more blood and listened to everything, did my blood pressure again, started to do an EKG till I pitched just a little bit of a hissy fit. Because, you know, I had a very simple question. Who the hell is going to keep paying for these tests if everybody runs their own? So anyway, they didn't run that. Oh, look, here's one that's still good. Yeah, exactly where I told you was in the frickin' records. So, got that done, and they told me that this thing is definitely going to go down at 5:15 on Monday. I have to be there at 3:15. Come home, I got paperwork from the doctor's office, says it's going to happen at 3:15, be there at 2:15. So, I'm planning on going at 2:45 tomorrow and just hang out and see what happens. Not really. Seemed like there was something else. Oh. See, wetting my mouth made me think of this. I don't know if anybody's ever done the old, what was the guy's name? I can't. It's the doctor used to like low carb, high protein thing. I can see the guy's face, can't think of his name. I'm talking like mid to late 70s kind of thing. Dr. Atkins. And what you're doing when you do the low carb, no carb thing, and you eat a lot of protein, is it puts your body in a system called ketosis, and then it starts eating your body eats its own fat, and because you're denying it fat anywhere else, and you got to have a certain amount of that in your system, in your body, for your body to work. So one of the symptoms of that is that you either have a peculiar odor about you, or that your mouth stays dry a lot, and you have really, really foul breath. That's where I was this afternoon. I was out running around doing 2 or 3 things, and I had to stop and get in the Wally World. I was already in there, but had to get some lifesavers because I couldn't take it anymore. I knew if I could smell my breath, everybody else could. So that's pretty gruesome to think about. So, hey, if you've got any questions about any of this, just put it down there and I'll answer it. Nobody's saying anything. I mean, I can't even get any comments that say you're fat and ugly, which, I mean, I could put it in myself. But anyway, that's all I got for right now. I'm doing that thing again, ain't I? See, I caught myself. I keep saying I don't have anything else, and then I add something else. Thinking. I don't think I have anything else, actually. So I'll let you go. But don't forget to come back tomorrow. Hey, you guys have a big one. This is Steve-O. We're done. Good night. Quit looking. Go ahead. Go do something else. Shh, shh, shh. You're like Ferris Bueller. Leave me alone. I gotta go do stuff. Bye. Some people's kids.